Welcome to the GFL's Funeral Boys. Darren Owen has gotten his first two events canceled. First two ever events. We've never even seen any squabbles from the GFL, but I knew that this day was going to come. I've told you guys that this was fake. The GFL pumps out AI promotional videos. It's like this is a joke. This is literally a joke. But Darren Owen comes out with a statement after his first two events get canceled, and Ariel Helwani breaks the news after Ariel. We're going to get into Ariel, but Darren Owen drops the statement. Our primary investor did not fulfill his April obligation, which has caused some issues. However, we have a solution in place and we're likely going to have the launch in June, but we're 100% moving forward. But, dude, you've been in the public eye for about 2 years. You've definitely gotten some investors. You've signed over like 200 fighters. You've had a whole draft, which got leaked. We're going to get into that. And what had your event in suspension in the air was a check you're supposed to get 10 days ago? Are you for real? What are you doing with this money? You're giving it to Tony Ferguson and Dylan Dennis? But if you didn't know, because a lot of people don't know, the GFL has a playoff bracket thing where you are broken down into teams, and they had a draft which got completely leaked. They hyped this draft up on Twitter. And it gets leaked like an hour before the event. Just the whole script, the whole final draft gets leaked, and it kills the hype. I mean, there was literally no hype. Alexander Gustafsson is on here, and he looks like he has fetal alcohol syndrome. Okay, so how this whole thing works is, obviously this is one team. This is Team London. All of these teams are going to sit here and squabble each other out, and how it's based off of this point system where, if you get a knockout, you get 4 points. If you get knocked out, you get 0 points. If you take a decision, 3 points. You could see it, you could read it for yourself. But the team captain versus another team captain, which would end up being the main event, is worth double points. Like, it's just like, bro, why are you mixing like football rules with like MMA? And you're like, mate, it absolutely makes no sense. And they had 3 minute 3 rounds. Like, all right, I understand everybody on the GFL is like geriatric. This is the geriatric fight league, but 5-minute rounds, please. Look at they have these ladies in like pixelated AI art. This one isn't even real. But so after these events get canceled, and they have the Tony Ferguson and Dylan Dennis AI graphic up on screen, I'm left wondering, right? Does anybody remember the AI slop that they decided to drop as a promo? Could they not gather everybody under contract in a warehouse and just be like, let's get everybody in a costume, let's film a promo video to get everybody hyped up for like our first event? No? I'm pretty sure the GFL had fighters pay to be in the league, and then they're just like, oh, well, we're out of here. Like, they're like, oh, because if you also look at their website, go to league, it says that they have 50-50 revenue share, where everybody on said card will get 50% of the revenue, and the owner, whatever, will get the other 50%. And how much you want to bet? Darren is over here like, hey, Tony, you give me 20 bands to join the GFL, I'll make sure I kick in a little extra 10 bands every time you fight. This is a scam. The GFL had a scam written all over it ever since the AI video dropped, if I'm being 100% honest with you. Ever since this dropped, this has been a scam to me. And Ariel Helwani's the only person pushing the GFL. He's been the only person who has ever had the GFL on a platform to promote anything. That's why they have AI slop. And if you sit here and go, I hate to keep going back to this fucking website, but if you go back to the GFL website and you hit news, their news hasn't been updated since January 24th. That's 3 months ago, dude. Did they just stop trying after 3 months? I'm telling you, there's going to be a GFL documentary coming out very soon where all the fighters sit here and say, oh, they made us pay to join the organization. They said it's a startup organization. We need to pay to help get this off the ground, this, that, and the third, and we're going to get a percentage on the back end. This has scam written all over it. But the GFL, in my opinion, is in the dirt. We're never going to see the GFL in June. We're never going to see Tony Ferguson versus Dylan Dennis or alcohol fetus syndrome Alexander Gustafsson versus whoever else is in the GFL. Maybe Vanderlei Silva for whatever reason. But that's it, boys. Rest in peace to GFL. I'm out. Peace.